Ladies and gentlemen, you know what time it is? It's time for the VOD. Can you believe it? It's time. And I get to have all of you guys here with me. I think that's the bigger privilege more than anything. Because you think about it, it's like, whoa. I get to talk with you guys. You know? Anyway. I'm rambling. I'm doing a lot better than yesterday. Speaking of yesterday, I thank you all for joining me on the return of having the VOD again. Like I've been excited to have. Hold on, let me help. My I'm just checking my audio. Checking my audio settings, right? So my compressor should not be that high. Output gain, go higher. It's only because of this one mic. But how is everybody doing? I hope you guys are doing great. On a side note, since I now have a Stream Deck, since I have a Stream Deck now, the Curly Cubbles is following me. Let's go! Thank you so much for the follow. That was a very visceral throw. But guys, since I have a Stream Deck now, I'm like, my life has been so much better. The heck you mean the? It's the Curly Cubbles. What do you mean? Making my hair fly all over. I'm glad you guys are enjoying it. But I've been setting up a lot of new things for my Stream Deck. And it's one of those things where I'm like, wow. I don't know how I can do streaming without this. I need one more. What is it? There's one more command I wanted to add. Oh my gosh, Cheeky Wolf, thank you so much for the follow. You'd have to do that, but wait, hold on. It's not throwing Dr. Peppers at me when you follow. That's odd. Here, let me rectify that. There we go. But thank you for following. Guess what? Since you followed, you now have access to throw 50 more Dr. Peppers at me. So go haywire. Have fun with that. But yeah, guys, this Stream Deck is it's so snazzy. Like, it's so neat. And it makes me happy that I can automate a lot of the processes I'm doing. I can automate a lot of the processes I'm doing. So yeah, I'm sorry. I've been nerding out and just setting all this stuff up. Like, I now have 6 different pages on this. What is it? Yeah. It's actually, I should probably do like throne. Heck yeah. So I have a bunch of different pages for this. So like, for instance, I have a stream marker. I have a stream marker clip and things like that. I also can automate those. I can automate those messages. Like, isn't that neat? Now I can finally just do this. What? Why is VOD Ray not? Why is VOD Ray not working? Wait, no! No! Oh, I forgot to put a command in there. But look at that. It's so nice. Not to mention, we also have the I also have my Discord soundboard tied to this. So now I can do that without having to lose time. I am now becoming the full streamer. And it's because of you guys. So, Rain, how dare you gift me a sub? I'm going to fight you. Okay, cool. It just throws me in the pear wiggler. Do it, fight me. Wait, did I make a mods message? I did make a mods message. I didn't realize that. Going to fight you, Raid. I'm gonna fight you. That's another command I should have. Is just one where I instantly just do that. Enjoy your lurk, Neptune. So anywho, guys, let's talk about yesterday's episode. Let's talk about yesterday's episode. Let's talk about our week this week, and let's talk about next week, or today's show going forward. So, how dare you? I can do that too. You're not special. So yesterday's episode of the VOD was a lot of fun. It was super cool. We got to have Cade Corvus, and Cade Corvus is a very wonderful person. Very wonderful streamer. They are awesome. I'm actually gonna do this. Here they are. Go support them. Go give them a follow. They're gonna be a part of my the first round of my voiceover thing. So I highly encourage you to be on the lookout for that. Is that the entire country of Greece? The whole country? Heck yeah. Oh my gosh, Gator, thank you for following. I really appreciate that. Okay. All right. All right. Settle down. Settle down. Settle down. You good? Where's my chapstick? Okay, my chapstick's all the way over there. I should have another. I do. I have desk chapstick. Heck yeah. So I am very OCD about chapstick. I have a tube of chapstick on my nightstand. I have chapstick in my desk for when I stream, and I have a tube of chapstick in my bag for when if I forget it and I'm out and about, and then I have 2 more tubes of chapstick in my bathroom that are unopened. And I got this Japanese brand of chapstick. It's mentholatum medicated stick is what it's called, with an SPF of 20. So, super nice. But yeah, yesterday's stream was super fun. It was super cool. Like, oh my gosh. We'll hydrate though. Yesterday's stream was super fun and super cool, and I'm super excited what we have planned with Cade in the future. So, as for this week, if you're not a part of my Discord, join my Discord, because I'm holding auditions tomorrow. All right, Val, hear me out. Just listen. I'm listening. I'm listening. I shouldn't have listened. That's what I get for trusting chat. So, tomorrow, and oh my gosh, thank you, Storm Stray. I appreciate the follow. Welcome, welcome. Oh man, I need to I don't know why I'm not the following isn't throwing the Dr. Peppers. Val, you know what I like? What do you like, Gator? Plastic Fork is following. Plastic Fork! The Plastic Fork! Okay, Gator, jeez. I like the idea that everyone follows just to get the channel points and throw things, and then they dip. I mean, what better incentive do you need, though? Call me Siri? You got it. You got it. I got you. So, let me do something. What are you doing? Why? See, our guest is waiting in the wings, and you all are prolonging their appearance from your Dr. Pepper assaults. Just want to inform you of your folly. It's okay. Oh, that's what I should do. On a side note, how many points do I have? I almost have 100,000 fembucks. Look at that. You can call me whatever the heck you want. Curly, Cubbles, Cubs, Curls, CC is somewhere in there. I don't know. Whatever you're comfortable with. Whatever you are comfortable with. So, I'm holding auditions for my VTuber Halloween audio drama that I have made and mixed. I'm holding those tomorrow and Thursday in my server. Again, that's the Parawiggler. Again, that's right there. It will be, it's going to be at 6 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. If you're a VTuber, you want to get some voice acting, you want to get some experience, that is the event to do. I'm super excited. It's going to be super fun. I encourage everybody to apply, to try out. If you're a VTuber actively streams, come by. I'd love to have you. It'll be super fun. Not to mention, no streams for the rest of the week. Just gonna be working on that. And since I still have COVID, I still have bronchitis, still fighting through that. Grease 300. Grease, why? See it. Why? Now there's 2 of them. The country of Greece is multiplying. Just to get double the points. Got a whole army. Has like 4 to 7 separate PCs just for this. You have a request, Fork? What is your request? I'm waiting. I'm waiting with bated breath. I'm waiting. Well, you make that request. No streams for the rest of the week, just we're going to be doing all that, and since I still have COVID and bronchitis, I'm still having to take it easy. We're in the VC watching you. I know exactly what it is. Oh boy. Oh boy. Could you say Shadow Wizard Money Game? It sounds like you have the voice for it. If I have to remember how that sounds. Because I'm very congested. Not another country of Greece. Why are you like this? Alright, is this the... That's what I thought it was. Alright, hold on. Let me practice that for just a moment then. Okay? Let me mute myself. See, our guest will hear it because I'm not going to mute... Well, actually, I could mute myself on Discord, but they'll get to hear it first. All right, I got our guest seal of approval. It's probably not the best. It probably doesn't sound good, but I will certainly indulge you. It feels like the scene where Venom's like, oh goodness, we are Venom. Yes. All right. Shadow Wizard Money Gang. We love casting spells. It's probably the best I could do. It's probably the best I could do, so you'll have to bear with me. When I hear Venom, I just think, Eddie, I turned myself into a boombox, Eddie. Yeah, it's so stupid. I'm glad you like it, couples. I'm glad you like it. So, yeah, I have the congestion. Aw, thank you, Fork. I appreciate it. You were too kind. I'm still congested. I still have all this gunk in my throat, and my voice is trying to return. So, I appreciate you guys bearing with me. Like, for the first time in, like, a couple weeks, I woke up today with the ability to breathe through my nose. Now, I still have a stuffy nose right now, and I probably should go get my nasal spray, but I'm a yapper, and I need to stop. It's time we talk about our guests today, because they've been patiently waiting. So, the guest that we've had today popped into my channel way long ago, and, excuse me, if I go all the way up, I could see they've been following for a few months now, since the beginning of the year. And every so often, every other stream, they'll just pop in, use their little wiggly emote, say hi, and just either lurk or just hop out. And honestly, that's something that always makes my day, because I get to see wiggly emotes. I freaking love the wiggly emotes. And so just seeing really more of their streams, and especially their art, it just blows me away how talented people are. Just do a drunk karaoke stream, and you'll eat all you'll eat is spicy food. Your throat is gonna be like new. Don't actually take my advice of saying random BS. Grease. Maybe I will. Maybe I will one of these days. It's the Wigglies. Let's go. Oh, the Wiggy. I need to get one of those. But it's their art that simply just astounds me, because when I saw it, and then I saw their the portfolio of just stuff that I'm like, wow, I want to get one of Val, and that'd be super neat. And so when I have more money in the future, I'm definitely going to commission. And I won't take no for an answer. I know you can hear me, and I know you're muted, so you're just gonna sit there and just listen and take my money. We wiggling, heck yeah. So I'm really excited for today. So why don't we get started? Today, we'll be welcoming the Artificial Snow Leopard, which artificial, I think we'll find out soon. The Artificial Snow Leopard boy learning to open his synthetic heart to those around him and share the warmth back by entertaining the masses. He streams a variety of things, from art to scares to puzzles to long talks and a fixation on a silly Nintendo Squid game. Surely there's something for everyone to enjoy. Hailing all the way from the Highland Hills of Scotland. He's here, he's there, he's everywhere. He's Mykienear. I think that has to be one of those creative little intros that I have seen in a while, especially playing on your name, Mikey. So, welcome.
Hello. Hi.
And
I didn't come up with the here, there, and everywhere. It was actually my close friend and internal Sibi, Izumi, that was just like, he's here, he's there, he's Mykienear. And I'm like, I'm stealing that. So,
heck yeah.
Hello.
Well, why don't you, hold on. Let me grab I need to grab my nasal spray.
Yeah, do that.
Through my nose while we stream. All right. Everybody, I need couples, honestly, same.
Let's go, Curly Whirly, let's go.
Siri, I love the way I really like that.
I love the infestation of Mikey Wiggy in your chat. It's amazing.
See,
oh my god.
Good.
Mm-hmm.
Look how many people.
Oh my god, there's so many people. All my friends are here. Hi.
Good. That's my favorite part about this show, is that you'd be surprised how many people from your community want to see you want to see the guest be interviewed. Like, it's always
it's warming my heart.
As it should. You are a good streamer.
Thank you.
All the wiggies have showed up.
All the wiggy. Oh my god.
And thank
Brother,
you so
ignore
much for
my.
the
I see you, sorry.
Vaylon. Oh, Vayon. Velion. I can't speak. I'm so sorry. Velion.
It's okay. It's okay.
Also, as pointed out, Mikey here is the first person to legitimately sit on my couch.
If I fits, I sits.
Everyone else has not done that. And so the fact that you are actually sitting on my couch is really funny.
Achievement unlocked, chat. Let's go.
He sits so respectfully.
I'm a dainty little man.
To be fair, that's how That's how I sit IRL. Like, I am tall, and I
Yeah.
have long legs. So, like, so because of that, I tend to sit what you wouldn't expect if you saw me in person, but when I sit, I either sit with, you know, my right leg either very perpendicular to my leg, or I will sit at an angle with, like, my legs almost look like an X and they're almost touching as they're crossed, if you know what that looks, if you know what I'm talking about.
Vaguely. I also sit very weird.
It's okay because I actually sit, when I'm not sitting like that, I actually tend to sit on my leg, or I sit cross-legged in chairs. So
Yeah, same. I can't sit in a chair normally. It just feels incorrect.
it feels just straight up wrong.
Yeah.
So, it is it is not normal to sit normal. That's all I'm
Nope.
gonna- See, V-Roid models are also so they can actually sit. So, it's funny that you say that, because before I had this model, my first model I made with V-Roid, and, you know, I streamed all the time with it, and then I got a different model. So, and I use this model for the VOD, like, strictly for the VOD. Oh, don't worry, that happens when I bring up, like, I bring up a separate window. It's weird.
I became Cube.
You became Cube.
Mykienear.
Cube-near.
Mykienear, it's my final form.
Cube-far. It's Mykienear. Our key far. So,
Mykienear. My alter ego was named Michael Faraway, so.
Michael Faraway. That sounds.
Yeah.
That sounds like a terrible, like, 90s boy band name.
But that's what makes it amazing.
He's like, welcome to the stage. We have John Prince Allen. We have Mikey Faraway, and then we have Daniel. This is Boys Are Us. And they just, like, have, like, the most milquetoast song. Just like,
My God.
that's just like, oh yeah, I'm in love with a girl. Oh
Ew.
yeah,
Oh.
she's pretty hot. And, like, that's the entire, like, structure of the song. So, that's wonderful. That's
silly.
maybe I need to make that now. John Prince Allen.
It's your next voice acting thing.
It's my next voice acting thing, guys. 90s
It would
boy
make an
band.
amazing, like, short comic. I would pay good money for that.
Daniel Prince Allen, Mikey, Michael Faraway, and Daniel. Just Daniel. Oh, goodness.
Oh
Net-
no! Daniel killed Val!
Daniel. No, Daniel, no!
No, Daniel, no!
So many emotes. Holy cow.
There's so many wiggies! Oh my god!
I am with
fucking-
Dan. Look, that's the thing. Daniel's the bad boy of the group. Daniel's the one who's just like, I always get to bed by 10:30, and I drink milk and do yoga. They're like, yeah, that's a bad boy.
Hell yeah.
What else do you like, Daniel? I like to take long walks on the beach. It's very nice, very relaxing. I don't know why people call me a bad boy. I just like to lead a quiet and simple life. I like, that's why we love you, Daniel. You're so good. You're bad to the bone. I just live my normal life. Anyway. He's like, I went to Cambridge and I studied mechanical engineering. This was a hobby. Anyway, I'm getting carried away.
Silly.
Mike, can you tell I am in his CJ at what? CJ, what does that mean?
EJ?
It is CJ at every stream since he's here and I'm here despite being at work. Oh. Well, thank you for being here despite being at work. Oh, chat.
Chat. Ah.
I see.
We should have figured that out.
Hell yeah. Well, anywho, before we get carried away, before I get carried away, allow me to ask my first, and in my opinion, most important question, and that is, Mikey, who are you and what is your story?
Okay, well, hi. I'm Mykienear. You can call me Mikey. I'm your silly snow leopard VTuber all the way from Scotland. I've been streaming since February of this year, and I'm having a lot of fun. I don't really know why I'm here, but I want to grow and be the best me I can be and share the love with everyone, so hopefully you can open your hearts to let me in there one day.
What a beautiful corporate response. Now, what's the real Mikey like?
He's a...
Does Mikey go around punching babies and making children cry?
What? No, I wouldn't. No.
There's a giant sign above your head that just says liar. Yo, Cursed VT, the Cursed VT. We love that email.
Hello, Cursed.
Look, all I gotta say is that's a very, very good introduction.
Thank you.
So,
I didn't rehearse that at all.
I'm holding up the sign calling the man a liar.
What?
Look, somebody's gotta do it.
No. I'm a nice little fella. I'm a very mindful and kind little snow leopard, and anyone who tells you otherwise, I'll find them. I'll find you. I'll get you.
Chat, do we need to put Mikey in the jar?
What? John? No! I don't want to go in the jar, Val! I don't want to go in the jar!
4 years I've known him, and he keeps haunting me, and he's spent a month saying demure.
I did do that. Oh no.
Ah, yes. Then
oh no.
It appears it is time.
No. Don't do it. Don't.
Oh, I didn't know that! Alright. Fine, you shall be let out. Are you feeling better?
No.
It's all rip Mikey, it's almost like we can still hear his voice.
I'm dead, everyone, I'm dead!
Well, and the beauty of it is, I throw a filter on it too, so it sounds like you're actually in the jar.
Oh my god, I need to rewatch the VOD and hear that.
You heard it here, guys. Watch the VOD of the VOD only on twitch.tv/it's_Valentine. Or...
Vodception!
Or, and hear me out, you subscribe to my YouTube channel. And you can watch all the VODs there!
Oh. Yes, do that. Do the YouTube thing.
Shameless plug. Anyway.
Let's go!
So, because this show's about you, the show's not about me. Let's talk about your lore. Do you have lore?
I do.
What's your lore, Mike?
Not that many people know about it. Well, Mikey is, well, technically MYK13 is a program that mutated and somehow became sentient life. He doesn't really know how to be real, so he's learning, and he's learning that by entertaining the masses, because that's what I want to do. I want to make people smile and laugh.
In this economy?
Yeah.
So then how do you go about trying to make people laugh and smile? Because in this day and age, it tends to be very difficult with the amount of pessimism and, like, conflict and trouble. How do you try and bring about that happiness when people are too focused on the sad?
That's a good question. I never really thought about it. I feel like when you're sad, you want... Yeah, that helps. Funny accent, go burn.
Funny accent, go burn.
But when you're sad, you either want a distraction, comfort, or just to be in your feels, and that's fine. You're entitled to that. But if you want a distraction, let me be that distraction. Let me be a cozy corner that you can come to for as little or as long as you want.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like that's something we see a lot of these days as just people. We see the whole content creation aspect of either high octane, ready to go, bouncing off the walls, or it's just the chill vibe of the individual. And the thing is, I feel like it's hard to find that in between, but at the same time, I feel that's okay, because as I've gotten older, I've realized that I'm not the young man I once was. I say at the tender age of 24.
Oh my.
I'm almost a quarter of a century old. But I'm not the young man I once was. Because of that, sometimes I've learned a lot about myself in these past few years, and especially the fact that I resonate a lot more with those who are quiet and more chill.
Mm-hmm.
And it tends to be hard to find people who are entertaining yet also chill, because people often associate being chill with boring, that is far from the truth. I need to adjust my mic. Shoot.
Oh yeah, very far from the truth. I have so many friends who are very much a very like laid back kind of streamer, and they're just, the amount of times they've had people come into their chat and just be like, oh, I'm going to this person because you're boring. And I'm just like, why? What's the need for that kind of thing? In the wise words of Suri, who's in chat, this isn't an airport. Don't announce your departure. Just, stay here if you want. There's so many people that just want to do what we do.
That's a good little quote there.
Hell yeah, it's great.
Yeah. Well, not only that, it's like if you're going to leave, do so silently, because it's like at that point you're just trying to seek attention. Because like if you go to like an in-person like Broadway performance, or like a movie or something like that, you saw it, you were enticed enough to go, and if you didn't like it, well, don't just stand up, announce, and say,
watch it again.
Don't stand up, announce, and say, this show sucks. I'm leaving, and this is not worth my time. Thank you for nothing. And just get out and leave. It's like,
yeah.
what the heck? For those that get that joke, for those that get that joke, that's what somebody literally told me. Told the entirety of my VC for my first VO audition, is when they found out they didn't get cast, they said, well, I knew it, thanks for nothing, and just left the VC and completely left my server. Yeah.
What?
Yes.
Oh my.
Yes. And the thing is, I'm more open to talking about this now because time has passed. Because the person came into my server, talked to me in person, of just me, and said, Val, I'm not here to support you. I'm only here for your VTuber show. And then left. Like, left that VC, auditioned, did not do well, didn't get cast, called everyone out, said thanks for nothing, left.
Oh, well, like, what is the need?
I don't know.
Like, it's one thing to just be like that in, like, person, but why is it justifiable to do that online? That's where I'm thinking, is like, because you wouldn't, like, the whole, like announcing your departure thing, like, if you're hanging out with friends in real life, you wouldn't just turn to them at, like, mid-conversation and be like, okay, I'm bored now, I'm gonna go hang with this person because they're more fun. No, you wouldn't do that, so why is it okay to do it online? Why?
Because people lack tact.
People are mean. They're stinky.
Like, it reminds me of I think it's the Mike Tyson quote of, the internet has made people far too comfortable with saying things and not getting punched for it.
That is incredible.
I think that's Mike Tyson. My Opera GX, well, there it is. Social media made y'all way too comfortable disrespecting people and not getting punched in the face for it.
Yes!
So, I mean, I leave quietly, but I'm an older Twitch streamer, as I have been on Twitch since 2016, and I get angry when people disrespect streamers when I say that. Yeah.
Yeah. Like in my circle of friends, we had an issue with that quite recently, where it's just there was a few people who were just doing it, and someone did it to me, and I was very quick to just be like, no, not in my chat, go away. And then my friends had the exact same issue, funnily enough, with the exact same person, the same one, and then we had to be like, yeah, don't do this, because it quite literally almost pushed my friend to graduation, and I'm like, no, no. People need to know how to act online. You wouldn't act like this in the real world with real people. Don't do it to virtual people. It's not nice.
Just remember, it's free to be kind.
Mm-hmm.
It's not hard.
It costs nothing. It hurts no one. You're not gonna catch fire for a compliment.
Honestly. So.
Mm-hmm.
So going back to you and your VTuber design. So what inspired this? Because of this snow leopard. Snow leopard sort of sentient, like, being, like android. What inspired this?
Well, truthfully, I didn't have the idea of a snow leopard. It was my close friend Bibiku, who was also making a leopard model. Is like, I like that, but I like white hair. They're like, what about snow leopard? I'm like, you're a genius. So I took that idea and I ran with it. Only I didn't run because I don't like running. Cardio's not my friend.
Cardio's also not my friend. That's why I have an inhaler.
Same. It's not easy being wheezy, Val.
It ain't easy being wheezy. Oh, that is I need that on a shirt. I need that on a hat.
I will make that for you. I will make that shirt. I will make that hat.
Like that is up there with that a paper fan I saw at a convention that says, "Be patient, I'm neurospicy."
Let's go.
Like,
that's mad.
The thing is, not only did it say that, it had that with like the vaporwave like landscape behind it too, and so it was like in an 80s like vaporwave font.
Oh my god, that's incredible.
Thank you all for the Dr. Pepper.
I love just sitting here and watching you get pelted with freezing cold cans, carbonated cans. Nobody open those, please. Like a mess of this lovely couch. It's very comfortable, by the way.
So
love it.
The original design, fun fact, the original design of the couch, I want to try and find it. Like if I go back far enough, I'm sure I could. Let's see. Why are people messaging me? Leave me alone! Oh, it was
Leave me alone, I'm streaming!
Leave me alone. You dropped it. Oh, thank you. Can I not? Can I not look in the conversation with? I want to look for the media. All right. Well, I'll find it. What did I start? You started people throwing things at me.
Disappointed in you, Suri. Bad Gator.
Bad Gator indeed. But yeah, so there's a lot of, it looks like there's a lot of moving parts of this model. You know, with the hair, the glasses, the little heart, whatever the thing is called. I forget.
Oh, the little hair bit.
Little hardy hair bit there, you know.
Yeah.
The sweater vest, the pins on the vest there, you know. Let's talk about that. Why don't you explain all that stuff for us?
Oh, okay. Well, for my hair, I just kind of went with what I usually have my hair like. Weirdly, I have a very fluffy kind of wolf cut, though I guess this is more of a jellyfish cut with the way it's styled.
Yeah.
With the glasses, it's actually homage to my first model that I used. I started with a pay-to-use model on Booth, and it also had little glasses, and I loved it. So I was like, you know what? I'm gonna add that in just to, you know, remind me of my roots, because we all start somewhere, and that's fine. For the rest of it, it was just kind of like piecing together, like, because I didn't really start this with an idea of Mikey being, I don't know, Mikey, I guess. I was like, I'm here. This is me. So I just put myself in here as a snow leopard.
I like it. I like it a lot. Now, with that, do you plan on updating this, adding anything to it in the future? because lately I found that a bunch of people that I've known are either getting new updated models or they're rebranding.
Yeah. Well,
Yo, was that Alistair?
let me
Alistair.
let's go. Well, when I originally made this concept here, because it's all my own designs that I made. Obviously, I didn't make the model. I'm not cool enough for that. But I came up with several different outfits, and I just kind of picked one, and I ran with that. But there's more. I already have my next winter outfit planned, which is a little snowboarding snow leopard, which should be really cute. So many outfits, so many plans. I don't know. Character design is my passion.
Cubbles?
Because it's just...
Cubbles? That comment.
Oh my.
Forgive me.
Careful.
Continue.
Language. I lost my train of thought. Oh, damn.
Of skating snow leopard and just you want to have...
Yes. And I have so many outfits. I have a whole folder on my iPad where I do all my doodles of just different Mikey concepts. I've got the more lore-accurate Mikey in the works, where he's just kind of fresh into existence, shall we say. I just appeared. And then I've got different seasonal outfits, different fun kind of occasional outfits, and just, just in general. But I do have so many more casual outfits I want to do. And I've began a new reference sheet where I've just began adding a few tiny little tweaks to this current outfit. Because, everyone changes. And I've been sitting on this model since, mid-June to July. I've had this in the works. Yeah, a while. So, but I actually managed to win a raffle not too long ago for free Life 2D model art. So I get the joy of not having to deal with that and just find a rigger, and I will have a 2D version too.
I mean, having a 2D version is nice, but I've long since learned that I enjoy 3D a lot more because of just the expressiveness.
Yeah, I had a moment on stream not too long ago, where I was playing through FNAF 1. That was a time, and it's a short on my YouTube. Certain people will know exactly what it is. And I somehow managed to pull, without an expression, because this model does have expressions, but this was just my face that managed to do the Doki bird ho.
Yeah.
And I looked back on it and I giggled, and I whipped it out to show my friend in college, and my other classmate walked up behind me. He's like, "Hey, is that you?" And I'm like, "No." So accidentally outed myself, but it's fine.
Look, sometimes things just happen. So
it just happens.
There's
been a few incidents in my college setting where I was in a lift one time. I was going up to my floor, and there was people in front of me because I was squished up against the back, and people were talking about VTubers, and I was just profusely sweating in fear. I was afraid. I'm gonna keep my mouth shut. No.
It's okay, and I say that because I haven't even told my family. I don't think my family knows that I stream, and so for me, I prefer to keep that quite separate.
I totally get that. My older sister knows I stream. She appears in my chat sometimes. She's lovely. My partner knows I stream. My mother does not. I started streaming when I still lived with my mother, so I was only streaming when she wasn't home, when Mykienear was not in the facility, and that was difficult all the time.
Also, for those that may be wondering why I'm not moving, it's also because I'm using my phone to look through, to find that. There it is. There it is. The couch.
What'd you find?
The original couch.
Have you been looking for that the entire time?
Yes, I have.
Let's go. I want to see this. I want to see the couch.
I'm also just saving a bunch of images that he made, that my artist made. So, I had to scroll back. How far was this?
Oh my.
Oh my gosh, it's the original concept art I made for the show. That's so funny.
Let's go.
Which, that was way back in April of this year. Holy cow. All right, hold on. So I found that. Let me send it to myself.
Yeah.
Where's Val, that little guy?
The Val.
There it is right there. Okay. So, all right, chat, do you guys want to see concept art of when I talk to my artist? I heard Val and jumped. That's me. All right.
There's a Val and a Val. Let's go.
Oh, it already exists. Wait, hold on. So, the VOD season 2 concept. So, I want you to know, like, we spent quite a little bit of time workshopping and figuring things out. How dare you throw that at me?
Whoa.
How dare you? Do you dare? Okay, so let's see. Image. Gotta replace Kai Kiski for a moment. So, are you guys ready? Because this is what I sent my artist. This is what I made for my artist back in April. And how he ended up making this set.
Let's go. Excitement.
That's all it is.
That's amazing.
I took stock images and laid it all out and like wrote all of it. The random. Like look at him. Like just.
Look.
Oh my goodness. But you can see.
Oh my god.
You can see he did a very good job making. I freaking love the PN or like the stock image of the guy. He's so chill.
Oh man.
So it's okay. We're okay. The stock image man can't hurt us.
Oh no. He's gonna be at the foot of my bed tonight.
No. No.
No.
It's okay. So
it's okay.
Oh goodness! Wow! Holy cow! That was a trip down memory lane I didn't think I would see. I wonder. So, there's a reason why I was looking for it. Like, I was looking for that specific thing because my buddy had put little images on the pillows, and I wanted that for the longest time, and he took it off originally.
No.
So, but I found it, and I'm gonna put those pillows back on the couch.
Let's go.
And
put them pillows on the couch.
Well, you'll see why I like it. Because you're the only person who sat on the couch. And so I thought to myself, this might be the perfect time to put those pillows back on. So
I'm getting pampered, chat. I'm getting comfortable with the pillows.
Spoopy season after all. So while I do that, trying to differentiate yourself from other characters, you know, having like a snow leopard or having like a dog or, you know, a cat, it can be hard. What do you use besides your model to separate yourself from those kinds of people?
Well, I guess the main thing would be the 3D model, I guess, because not many people, because when you think of a VTuber, the first thing you'll think of is the 2D. And there's so many kinds of VTubing. Anything can be a VTuber. You could be a GIF tuber, you can be PNG, you could be 3D, you can be 2D.
Yeah.
Anything and everything is valid. You're still a virtual content creator that you shouldn't be seen as less of because of the model you choose to use.
I'm valid.
But
anyway, sorry, that was stupid.
But I guess the 3D model does help in a way to differentiate myself from other people. And I guess the hand tracking helps. I'm very much I like to think I'm an expressive person. There's been a few times in my life where I've been referred to as a Pixar character, and I take that as the highest compliment. That's amazing. I don't know. I like being expressive. I like being able to show how I'm feeling. Because I've always been the kind of person where, like, if I'm feeling a certain way, like if I'm feeling upset, I'll never admit to it, but my face will show it. I have no tell. That's my biggest tell. Even I have no poker face.
It's funny because that's my biggest thing why I like 3D models over 2D models, is because for me the big draw is I'm a very expressive person when I speak, and people who know me personally, they have seen me in just how I talk, how I react. And so for that, I have very Jim Carrey-esque facial expressions when I speak.
That's amazing.
And so, like, my face can contort.
Cool.
And because of that, 3D just captures that much better than I think 2D could, at least for me. And so that's why when I'm making, I'm making the models, or well, not I'm making, but when I'm commissioning the models, I always really try my best to really say, hey, I don't care if the model is like less detailed, as long as like a lot of the money gets put into the rigging. That's what I care about most of all. Yes, Lunar, it is.
It is me.
And so, like I said, because of that, I feel like it's just something that 3D will kind of always have a little bit of that edge.
Yeah, I completely agree. Especially when you think of like people who do their 3D debuts, they always get so much, wow, look at this, excitement for it. Because especially if you go from 2D to 3D, I'm doing it backwards, I know, but I feel like with 2D, there's only so much you can do. And that's the obvious, it's 2D. And like, no matter how many toggles, no matter the rigging, there's just, it feels like there's not enough you in it, in a way. Like, if you could, like, the way I move, the way I talk, the way I shimmy about on screen, that's not like, I mean, sometimes I can set up in a way that I'll shimmy across the page, but as I talk and as I lean, that's all me. This is just me as my little wiggly self. And that's something that not all people who have 2D can have. Like, some people have invested so much energy and money into having the rigging to have the bouncier models, which is fine. There's nothing against it, of course. But
of course. With
3D, is like, I feel like I don't need that. I can just quite comfortably move as myself.
And that's the beauty of having this kind of thing, is that it offers you that flexibility that most normal designs just can't. Now,
yes.
As we've seen with, say, someone like, so I think Takahata 101 showed his new model, and it looks really good. Like, the facial tracking is exactly what I want in a 2D model. And so, but with that, the amount of money required for it is would be incredibly expensive.
So much money.
And,
so much money.
For someone like Takahata, he can afford it. But for the average person, we can't. And so we just kind of have to make do. And so I think when like VRoid is a very wonderful service to use.
Yeah.
Because at least when I started, and a little bit before that, you know, when you said, "Oh, I made my own model in I made it in VRoid," you kind of get like a, "Oh. I see. So you're one of those free VTubers. Oh, good for you."
Oh, I hate that. I hate that so much.
But it's just kind of the mentality of, yes, I made my own model and now I'm VTubing. It's like, you just like can't be happy, or you can't like, what's the problem here? What's the deal? What's the issue? What's the deal?
I hate that. It's like it's the conception that you're not a real VTuber unless you have these big fancy 2D models with all these expensive tricks and add-ons and expressions. No, like if you're throwing that much money into something from the get-go, I'm sorry, but there's a very high chance you're not going to get that money back. Because what if you throw all that money in and you don't end up enjoying VTubing? That's why I didn't start out with a custom model. I was like, okay, here's a model I like and I can work with until I figure out if this is something I want to pursue. And I think that's a great way to go about it. But even that, just starting with a Vroid, there's opportunities in that. Like there's software such as Vark Shorts where you can upload your model to templates and make like little TikTok things that you can post. I don't understand the need to put others down because they don't do everything exactly the way you want to.
I couldn't agree more. And it's sad that we've reached a point in VTubing where we see bigger and bigger models. And this is something that I've openly talked about on my streams and on the show, is how sure, people really enjoy these big fancy models, but it seems that people have been liking these models that have more character than big flashy designs. Because I remember there was a buddy I had that they got this big model and they still weren't experiencing growth. And yes, it makes a case of, well, it's personality over design. Sure, of course. In my experience, I spent a few $100s on this model. And I like this model, don't get me wrong. More people prefer this model. More people like this one.
I love the doodle.
Yeah, like I love it too. And so, excuse me, that's the thing, is that I spent quite a few $100s on my VOD model. More people like this model. And so, like, I mean, I also have a Dr. Pepper toggle with this one. So, you know, my point being is that sometimes not the biggest and best model is not always the biggest and best option. So it is a full body one. Like, hey, you see my shoes. I mean, you see my grippers.
Whoa, so, feet on the desk.
Feet on the desk. Unfortunately, sorry guys, I don't have a clothing toggle, so you will have to just deal with it. Now,
oh no.
I guess we'll end with this question, then we'll move on to our little interim segment. And that is, with the current trend of 2D and 3D VTubers, which one do you think you'd rather stay in? But if you could go to do more 2D, what would your ideal 2D model be?
It's hard to think of. Well, I'm trying to think about how the best way to answer this. Because even if I do eventually get a 2D model, I don't see myself using it very often, which is unfair because, you know, I will have invested, and the artists themselves have invested so much time and effort into rigging it and drawing the model and the toggles, and I would love it, but this is my first me model, and it feels like I would lose a part of that if I didn't stick with it. And also it just holds a special place in my heart.
Sure.
I would love to do 2D a bit more, probably for just like collab stuff, for like the VTube Studio collabs, to have my friends on screen with me. But other than that, I like being this little wiggly, expressive little guy on your screen.
There it is. There it is. The pillow.
The pillow. Look at the Val pillow.
So that was what
great.
Was originally on the pillow, was just a little Val.
It's just your little face. That's great. That's amazing.
Why does the pillow keep moving? Oh, because I was adjusting the size of it. So yeah.
The pillow is wiggly too.
The pillow's wiggly. Well, pillow goes away, see? Ooh. But yeah, it's not baked into it, so that's just technically if you move over there to it, it'll clip behind you. Because I haven't adjusted
that'd be funny.
which layer it's on.
That's really silly.
So yeah. If I ever got another model, I don't know what I would get. Maybe just I don't know. I kind of like where I'm at with the two models I have.
Yeah.
And that's the beauty of it. is that people these days are not content, they're not satisfied. And so I think if you can learn to be content with what you have, I think that will yield you the most peace of mind.
I completely agree.
Heck yeah.
I feel like you feel more yourself when you finally find that. Oh, like as you mentioned, you had the friend who got the expensive model. It's like I've seen people who have invested so much money into custom models and then switched to a pre-made model that they've color edited with the artist's permission, of course. And they just said, "Hey, I feel more me this way." Like sometimes that's what you need.
Sometimes that's all.
Money doesn't buy happiness, after all. Personality.
Now, I have heard something else with that quote. Remember, money can't buy happiness, but it can certainly help.
I mean, this is also true. I'm a very broke college student. It definitely helps.
Yo, same.
Let's go! Yippee!
Not yippee.
Not yippee.
Not yippee.
Not hee hee.
Not. It is not mindful. It is not demure.
Let's go. It's not cutesy.
No, it's not cutesy. It is not college. Being a broke college student is not very girl boss.
No, I checked my bank account literally a few seconds ago because it's like I don't want ads on Val's chat. It's like I have 40p in my account.
It's okay.
Whoopsie.
I'm like, the money that's in my bank account right now is for rent, and that's it is.
Oh no.
We're okay. We're okay though. So.
We're fine. We're good.
We're okay. We're fine. Fear not. Let's see. So, why don't we go to our, oh goodness, excuse me. Why don't we go to our next segment, and that is, the food definition flowchart. Get gifted, nerd.
What happened to rent?
It's okay. Rent will be paid. Since I was sick, my dad like sent a lot of groceries to me, so I don't need to spend as much money on groceries.
That's fair. That's fair.
Now enjoy without ads. So we're gonna get to a little intermission segment called the food definition flowchart. Now, for those that don't know, the food definition flowchart is a flowchart that was created by my head mod in his own drunken haze one night, that through countless streams and people having to fight me on we have refined this so that we've refined this chart so it is perhaps the most it is the most perfect chart it could ever be, where you can take any food. You can take any food or drink, and how dare you completely turn and spin.
Look at the screen.
Fair enough.
Oh, fine, I'll turn back.
If you want,
I shimmied and I was told no.
Are you just gonna sit on the table then?
Maybe. Anything's a chair if you're brave enough.
Yeah, it is.
I'm never getting invited back, chat. Hey, you put your feet on the desk. That's worse.
I put my feet on the desk.
Mm-hmm.
It's my desk. It's made of wood. My face is a chair. Get out of here, Nico.
Oh my god, Nico!
I'm just you know what? Where's my model? There's my model. Okay. All right. We're gone.
This went well. As everyone's day. Oh no. I'm never getting invited back. What do you mean you win, Nico? Val!
Okay,
Come back!
Okay, I have returned.
Yippee!
Alright. So, I have refined this food flow chart. And now we can take any
Okay.
food or drink, and we can throw it through this chart and determine what category it would fit into. It fits into 5 categories. The don't worry about category, soup, steak, salad, sandwich category.
Okay.
And at any point, if you're unsure of the questions, there's an answer for that, and so it's don't worry about it. So, your job is to try and break the food flow chart,
Okay.
and at the end, we want to see if you agree with it. So,
Okay.
what is your favorite food?
That's a good question. I really like salty curly fries, maybe with chicken nuggets or a burger.
Salty curly fries.
I am a child with. I'm very easy to please. Just give me a bowl of curly fries and I will be quiet for hours. I just saw the other pillow slide in behind me.
Come on. There we go. It looks so wonky when it's flipped.
It looks amazing. It's perfection. What are you talking about? It's great.
Is that thunder or is it? Oh no, it's just like a truck I hear outside.
Oh no.
So you want to go with curly fries?
Yeah, let's do that.
All right. So firstly, is it going to be eaten? Yes, no, or maybe?
Yes.
All right. Is it state of matter a solid or a liquid?
Solid.
Is it a singular mass or is it made of multiple parts?
Well, are we talking about a bowl of curly fries or one singular fry?
Well, that's up to you. You're the one eating it. Her.
Suppose multiple.
Multiple. All right. Is it layered? Meaning, is there a clear and distinct separate layer? Because if it's if it's built into it, like if it's constructed into it, then with 2 different things, that is not a separate layer. But if it's like one thing on top of the other with a clear separation of space.
Ah, okay. Then no.
All right. Then this would be in the salad category.
I can see it.
Okay.
It kind of look like if you squint, it could look like a salad.
So it's not supposed to look like
Curly
a salad. It
fries
is
salad.
simply classified as a salad.
But curly fry salad, delicious.
I mean, it sounds delicious. Because the thing is that this is kind of the example I always use is it's like when we talk about cars, an SUV is a classification of a car, but an Escalade is not the same thing as like a Ford Expedition. They're 2 different. Yes, they're 2 different cars, but there's both SUVs. That makes sense?
I don't understand cars, man, but okay.
What do you understand? So I can relate.
That's a loaded question.
What do you mean that's a loaded question?
I don't know, man. I'm a simple little guy. I'm learning. I haven't been a functioning being for very long. I'm working on it. Okay, I'm buffering. System reset.
Well, if I had a filter to this, maybe I could 3D effect. I could make it so the pillow judges you. Nope, wrong one.
Still on the pillows.
Where is it?
Oh my god. That is something.
The pillow is now judging you.
Hi.
It's so dumb.
It's so goofy. I love it. I mean, you have a great merch opportunity there.
Hell yeah. Get pillows with my face on it. Cupid
Amazing.
welcome. What's going on, Cupid? Welcome. So, give me another food.
Does it have to be food? Or can it be a drink?
It can technically be anything you want. Because, like, heck, somebody said tree bark.
Nutritious. Respect. Okay.
Fiber.
Monster Energy.
Monster Energy?
Yeah.
Is it gonna be eaten?
Yeah.
Yes, no, or maybe?
Yeah.
Is it state of matter, solid or liquid?
Yeah. It's a liquid.
Then it's a soup.
Amazing. So now I can justifiably have monster for dinner. Yippee!
We're just checking out what the haps in here. So this is a VTuber talk show. Mikey is my guest, and we're doing a little intermission break where we're talking about my food definition flowchart, where I could take any food you throw at me and classify it. So then my question to you, Mikey, is: do you agree with this flowchart? Do you think it's unbeatable, unbreakable? Excuse me. What do you think?
I'm sure someone with a much bigger and more active brain than me could probably break it, but if you're asking me to, there's no way, man. and on agreeing with it, kind of, not really, but doesn't matter what I think. If you believe it, cool.
I suppose you're right. It is for entertainment. I think
it's
the most
just silly. It's fun.
I think it's the most tame reaction I've had to this flowchart.
I don't know if I'm either really chill or just really dumb, but I don't know. It's fine by me.
Why not both? That's what I am.
Why not both? Let's go.
I have been called a himbo by many.
Oh.
What would drywall be? Well.
Oh, let's do drywall.
I can't. So the thing is, it's not my job to answer these questions since I'm not the one eating it. And I'd eat
drywall.
You'd eat drywall?
I would.
Why would you eat drywall?
Why not? Don't worry about it, Val.
The button to do an ad break just because of that is so tempting. And as a lot of people know, I don't run ads on my channel just because of that comment of why not eat drywall.
It's an option and it can be eaten according to your chart, so therefore it's a food, right?
Okay, so then you're gonna answer these questions for me. Is drywall going to be eaten?
Yeah.
Is drywall state of matter, solid or liquid?
Solid.
Is it a singular mass or is it multiple parts?
Would multiple walls count as multiple parts? Or if you break off a single part of drywall, would that be a separate part? I would go with...
If you're looking at it on, like you're about to eat it, if you're about to eat it, the presentation is what determines it.
I would say single mass.
Then drywall would be a steak. Albeit very bad for you steak.
Let's go.
Let's not go.
Let's go.
We're not eating drywall. It's the same people that say, yeah. Because this is one of the biggest reasons I had to change one of the questions was because it was like, is it a majority solid or a majority liquid? And so because that somebody was like, well, if that's the case, humans are technically soup because they're 70% water. I'm like, why are you like this?
It's funny.
So, all in all,
someone in your chat just said, "What's up, drywall muncher?"
That would be my head mod.
Hello.
And Choo Choo Man McGee, who likes to initiate hype trains because he's smelly. Edibility is determined by how much of a you are. Trial is completely edible.
Mm-hmm. I mean, I had to chew a little hole to slide in there so I can lurk, you know?
Gross.
I'm in the walls.
I'm put thumbtacks.
Goddamn wall. What? No, not the thumbtacks.
Said the walls. Said the gosh dang walls.
I mean, Mikey here, Mikey there, Mikey everywhere after all.
Why is one of your tags spankable? Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it.
And you're calling me questionable. What are your tags? What is boy wife?
Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. I'll tell you what. I'll tell you why one of the tags is spankable. If you if you gift sub or if you cheer bits. How's that? I run a business here. And I don't
monetize that. Let's
I don't divulge
go.
company secrets on. I need to explain myself why I am considered both a boy, wife, and. I don't have to explain myself why I'm considered both boy, wife, and spankable. Boy, wife is a young male assuming the employment of homemaking. Slay. Look, I didn't. Somebody just suggested, "Hey Val, you should have your you should have your tags be boy, wife, and spankable." And I was like, but why though? And I'm the only person streaming with the spankable tag, and I am one of 4 people with the boy, wife tag.
Let's go.
So, that's
you could, in a way, say you're officially the most spankable VTuber.
I am the most. Guys, if you look me up on Twitch right now, as we're streaming, you can see that I am currently the most spankable VTuber and streamer on Twitch. Let that sink in, please. No, I'm serious. Look it up. I am spankable on Twitch. Twitch.tv/it's_Valentine. Anyway. I'd say we go to our last little segment here, and then we'll go into our last 10 questions.
Yay.
You are an artist.
Yes.
And you also have a VGen.
Uh-oh.
Don't worry, we're not advertising that right now.
Okay, what do you mean right now, Val? What do you mean?
Don't worry about it.
Oh my god!
Don't worry about it.
Yeah? Yes?
Just don't worry about it. It's okay. Don't worry about it. So, being an artist, especially being a VTuber, I feel like it's sometimes a balancing act. Is it not?
Oh, it very much is.
How did you get into art in this way, and how are you trying to navigate it?
Well, it wasn't that I got into art after VTubing. I started my socials purely as an artist, and I was really struggling to make a name for myself, essentially. Because, especially on Stinky Bird app we don't talk about anymore, there was a lot of bigger artists who were well-known, had constant clientele, and I did not. So I asked one of my college friends, who was really, really good at making a name for himself on the ye old Stinky Bird app, and I just saw that, Val, oh my god.
What?
And I asked my friend, is like, how do I distinct myself on here? And they were like, you have a VTuber model. I'm like, okay. And I'm gonna need a little more than that, my guy. And he's like, well, why don't you that's your niche. Go with that. I'm like, okay. So I started leaning into the VTuber sphere, as it were. And I just kind of started streaming. And for a while, when I first started streaming back in February of this year, I was purely just video games. And then it took me a while before I got to that point of, oh, I'm an artist. I can do this too. So I got my capture card and I plugged in my iPad and I just started streaming my art process, because people who want to get into art, it's difficult. It's scary. You're constantly surrounded by competition, and I've kind of been spiraling with this recently, where it's like I feel like I'm constantly being compared to people who have done this for longer, who have the more consistent clientele, and just have a more built skill set than me. But that's okay, because I'm learning and I'm distinctable in my own way. But it's still scary, so I thought I would stream my process, answer questions, and just chat about art, because it's something I enjoy and I'm passionate about. And I think people deserve to see something that I personally enjoy, and I can share it with the people I enjoy. So that's what I did.
how do you separate yourself on Twitch as you try and do that, since there's also so many people who also stream art?
I don't know. It's hard to say. A part of it is the look, I won't lie. That
Yeah, of course.
if you have a certain look, you will stand out. That's just how the game is played, sadly. That's how the tables are turned. But
That's how the turntables.
it's also just how the turntables, but it's also the style that you have when when you start trying to lean into being an artist, an illustrator, whatever you want to do. You want to have that kind of look where someone can, without seeing your signature or your watermark, even from afar or just mingled between other posts, they're going to see that and be like, oh, that's Mikey artwork. So I've spent a lot of time honing my skills to make sure that if someone sees my work, they'll know it's mine. And ain't no AI taking that away from me.
I mean, every artist's style is that signature fingerprint that one could replicate, but ultimately it's not theirs.
Yeah.
I could try and draw the Mona Lisa. It will never be the Mona Lisa.
Excuse me.
We are all, don't worry, we're all pensively clearing our throats.
I was midway talking, it's like, oh, my voice is gonna crack. I don't want this on a silly interview. I'm gonna quickly take a drink of water. Excuse me.
I should also take one.
Hydration, let's go.
Hydro homies.
Hydro homies. Let's go.
Now, it seems there's a lot of people who've been choosing to stream their art processes on Twitch. And, you know, this is something that was interesting to maybe talk about is, you know, what processes do you have for like your feelings on streaming art that are also commission based, you know, because some people specify whether or not they're okay with it being streamed, but you know, what are your thoughts on all that?
I mean, I offer
Reeve.
I also offer that on my VGen pages, is like, because some people will maybe want this for a debut or for whatever kind of branding they'd like, and that's fine. But I guess my process is just showing that it's okay to make mistakes. It's okay to not like the things that you initially make, because everyone's a perfectionist. An artist is their own worst critic, and no one talks about that enough. Like, I can finish a piece that I loved while making and just be like, oh, there's this, and this that I need to fix and do better and improve on. But I think that it's okay to admit that you don't know everything, I guess. Like, if I'm doing a sketch and, say I had a certain pose in mind and I'm doodling away trying to get that, like, brought from the noggin to the iPad. And it doesn't work out, that's fine. I can, it's just a doodle, it's just a starting point. I can erase it and try again. But I think a lot of people are turned away from art, seeing these streamers' final pieces or speed paints and not seeing the going back on yourself, because it's so, like, people are so, how do I word it? People are so focused on finishing a piece and having a perfect, distinctive piece of artwork, but that's not all there is to it. There's also the learning aspect while you're working. There's the sketching, there's the line art, there's the going back halfway through a layer because you found a singular paint smudge and you don't know what layer it's on. So many things. There's a lot of back and forth, and I want people to be able to see that I'm not perfect, and I will never claim to be. And I don't want people to be scared to try new things because they think everyone else is perfect, because we're not.
Yeah. It's... that's something I think garners the most attention and support are artists who have humility. Like, for me, it's my biggest flaw. One of my biggest flaws when I do audio and when I do voice acting is I never feel like I'm satisfied. And I continuously, that's the thing, I will finish and I will leave and I will listen to that audio file in my, in my earbuds or whatever, and I'll continuously listen to it. I'm like, I need to fix so many things, and I will rush back to where I was editing and I'll continue and try and fix everything, and then I'll leave again, hear the more mistakes, try and go back and finish it, and I realize it's just a constant cycle of you're never going to be satisfied, and unless you're with somebody who really knows what it is the work you do, nobody's going to say anything.
Yeah.
And to me, it's hard.
It is. It's really hard. I've recently made some lovely new friends, and one of them does graphic work for big VTuber corporate agencies that I won't name because, and also their privacy. But I was just looking at it, it's like, huh. And they were talking about their processes, like, you scrapped this? Because obviously I don't do graphics, so I was looking at the whip they had shown me. Like, you scrapped this? Why? Explain your process. And they did. And like, creative people, regardless of what you do, it's still, to me, it's all still art. Creation is still art. So regardless of what you do, you're still in that creative mindset. So I was looking at it as like, well, keep it for your folio as a learning curve. And they're like, why would I keep a mistake? It's like, well, mistakes are something to learn from, and if you don't have anything to learn from, you won't improve. You never stop learning. That's the beauty of everything. You can say you've mastered and honed your craft, but have you really? Have you gone back to the basics time and time again? I mean, you don't need to, but the amount of times where I've just
been gotten into a slump and I've just gone back to doing hand studies or just looking at poses or just life drawing.
Hold on, something just got bumped and all of a sudden your pitch just shot through the roof.
Oh.
Did you bump something?
No.
What the heck? What? Chad, do you hear this?
Did I break it? Have I broken something?
Suddenly you sound very high pitched.
Huh?
And I don't know
My
what.
voice
What switched me to a banana? What? Oh. I'm never living that down.
Yeah, it got switched to that mid sentence.
What if I cry? Well, I was having a big, deep emotional thing. Why did it do that? Voice mod just switched me to like one of the free voices out of nowhere. I never touched those. Why did it do that? I'm gonna cry.
That was a moment of all time.
It was a moment. It's never going away. Yippee!
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 Yes. So, do you find any? What challenges do you have trying to balance your art with streaming, and then also balancing it with being a student as well? Because I think that you have some waitlisted items on your VGen.
I do have a waitlist that's ever growing, and it's terrifying. It's hard to find that balance, especially recently. Like this friend that I had previously mentioned who does the graphics, they were asking, is like, how do you balance this all? I'm like, what do you mean? It's like, how do you stream and do art? It's like, well, that's not just all I do. And they're like, okay, talk about it. I'm like, well, I'm also a full-time student 3 times a week. I go into my classes and I'm constantly working offline. I just moved house. I have to keep up my house and pay bills and stuff. And streaming consistently after not streaming for a while, it's hard. It feels like I'm spread very thin, and in a way I feel like a browser. There's like 14 tabs open, 6 of them are frozen, and I don't know which one's playing the music. It's hard to find that balance, and I do struggle. There are times where I'm just like, I need to do this, but I physically can't. And it sucks being like that, because I want to work. I want to get my degree, because I'm doing a degree for something I love. I'm an illustration student. I want to go forward and do concept design for video games. That's very much what I want to do. But it feels like I can't, because I've got so many other tasks that are taking precedence over in my brain. And it's really stressful.
Yeah.
And at the same time, it also feels like, because I went for a moment that, like, last week, especially, where people had mentioned is like, oh, hey, Mikey, the only people that commission you are people you know. And I'm like, well, that was a lovely thing for you to say. Thank you so much for that. I feel wonderful. I'm lying. But then it's also like, do you not realize everything I do? Like, you don't need to, but I do a lot. And I am spread thin. And sometimes it's nice to just be like, you're working hard. Because I do work hard. And at least I think I do. I think I work hard. I like working hard for the things I do and the money I earn from commissions, because I feed it right back into streaming for different projects and for games and things I want to do. And it's hard. That's the only thing I can really consistently keep saying. It is hard. And it will never not be hard, and I know that. But it's worth it. I got deep and emotional. I'm sorry.
That's the best kind of thing, though, is when you... Sometimes that's what we need to hear out loud in order to understand the problems that we're facing these days.
Yeah. That's why I was so... And I was excited to come on the VOD, just for one, because you're cool and I wanted to hang out with you. And two, I just thought, I'm bad at talking about myself. I'm very much always consistently the type of person that I will never talk about myself unless you ask me. Like, if you ask me about how my day, I'll be like, okay, it was good. But if you ask me, hey, what are the things you did today? I'll go on a huge list. I'll tell you all these things. And there's, like, so many things about me that no one really knows because no one's just, like, sat down and been like, Mikey, what's this about you? It's a weird thing that I'm a middle child between me and a younger brother and an older sister. So it was always felt like I struggled to have any moment where I could just talk and it not be, oh, there's Mikey with his middle child syndrome again, because that sucks. But also it's just being surrounded by a certain environment for a while definitely shaped me and how to talk to people. And I really wanted to be able to come on here and let people know, is like, hey, yes, I'm Mikey. Yes, I'm your lovable little snow leopard guy, but I'm also a person. And here's all the different layers of me. I want people to be able to say that. I want people to understand me, not just as this virtual entertainer, but also just as me. All these things that I like, all these things I do, the way I talk, the way I act, the way I play certain games, the way I talk about certain games, because I love Splatoon 3. Moving on. It's because I don't want it to get to a parasocial kind of phase. That would be very bad. But I also don't want people to feel like I'm constantly playing a character that I'm not. Because I'm not playing a character. This is still me, but it's also not. It's a Mikey version. It's like a customer service voice. I turn on my stream, and I'm this upbeat, happy streamer version, but what about when I'm not streaming? Who is that Mikey? I want people to see that Mikey a bit more.
Yeah. That's one of the reasons why I think what separates a little bit my show from, say, somebody else who interviews people is I want to ask questions and I want to learn more about the person behind the model. And that's the first question I always ask is, who are you and what is your story? And I always make sure to be like, hey, we talked about your VTuber, but let's talk about you, because at the end of the day, you are... we're not... this isn't Keys into AI, we're just diving straight into that role of, it's just an android, just whatever, they're not real. There's no person behind it. I treat streaming, I treat VTubing very much like I do for live theater, where... It's the aspect of the audience isn't stupid. Don't treat them like they're stupid.
Exactly.
And when I say that, you insult their intelligence by approaching the streaming as though they don't understand that you are a person. There's not a person behind that. And so it's okay to have those moments of vulnerability. It's okay to have those moments of close interpersonal connection. Mm-hmm. And at the end of the day, being true to yourself while, using a character like this is something I think everyone should strive for. Now, if you want to eliminate your personality completely and go for a character while you stream, that's completely fine too. There is no harm in that whatsoever.
Yep.
It's helpful to keep an ever-present reminder that there is an individual who's sitting here talking to you. You know, there's...
Yep.
It's not... Oh, excuse me. Some people do treat VTubers like they're inhuman, though. We've seen that on the Bird app. Yeah.
Yeah, and it's an unfair thing. Because there are, again, those people who do go full character, and that, again, is completely fine. I love seeing how creative and, like, just in general well-written some of those characters and storylines are.
Yeah.
But also, there's, like, even if that's a character, they can cry, they can laugh, they can be upset, they can be happy, they can be scared. So can you, viewer watching from wherever you are. So we can both have those things.
Yeah. It's get so existential. Well, I'll end with these couple questions.
Okay.
Do you have any upcoming projects or like any more artistic things that are coming up that you want to share?
Well, I do. I don't have a date yet, but I have a rough time frame that potentially between late November to some point in December, I will have my official 1.0 debut with this model you see before you, which is exciting. Finally.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, I'm still pre-debut. I've been streaming with the filter until now. I turned the filter off for silly interview. Hush, don't tell anyone. That's exciting. That's exciting. I'm so excited to debut. I don't think I have the filter. It's an OBS filter.
I see.
Oh man.
Wait, hold on. Discord clone filters. What if I just
like a pink filter I just have over me where you can see like a tiny bit, but not enough to like, whoa, I know everything now.
There we go.
Oh. Damn, let's go.
Let's add
censorship.
Let's see, background source. Oh. Huh. Wait a minute. Compositing source jar.
What?
Zoom.
Don't put me in the jar again.
Motion blur. Oh. Oh, that's so neat.
Silly. Whoa. Whoa.
Yo!
Buffering.
Get pixelated, nerd.
Oh my. Oh, whoa.
That's it. Get abstracted. That's it. I have reduced you down to 4 pixels.
Oh my goodness. Whoa.
That is neat.
That is silly.
Box.
That's so silly.
Oh. I don't know why. Sorry, I got way off track with this.
That's okay. We're both so entertained by this.
We are both just very like.
Very silly.
Wait, image mask. Maybe that's it. You had like a red.
Pink?
Blend? No. Is it not?
It's fine.
The bit? No. Okay. Well.
The bit. Yeah.
Well, that's really exciting.
Mm-hmm.
So
I'm so excited. I got so many things. My debut promo video is in the works right now, where we're starting, funnily enough, with a pixelated little Mikey video game little starting screen, as well as some new animated emotes, including a new wiggy. So many exciting things are happening, and I'm so excited.
Well, feel free to advertise it on my server.
I feel bad doing that, but maybe.
Just call it an exchange of goods. because I would love to get official Val VOD art, and we exchange goods and services.
Ooh, perchance.
And then I will pay you, and you can't say no.
No, I just did.
No. All right, but we can talk about that in the future. So the last question I have for you is, do you have any advice for anybody who wants to be an artist and a VTuber and make art their one of their dominant things they stream with?
Okay. All right, chat. Artist and potential VTuber blend in the making. Listen to me. Listen to Mikey, okay? Okay, come here. Scoot in. Come here. Oh.
I made an oopsie. I made an oopsie.
Bird, I just see Cat's forehead. Okay, wonderful starting point.
Excuse me.
Don't be afraid of it.
What'd you say about my forehead?
Nothing. Oh.
What'd you say about my forehead? I'm very self-conscious.
It's impeccable. It's. I'm gonna draw you now as like Mega Mind.
Oh no!
I have the power.
Don't piss off artists. They will draw you pregnant.
Yeah. I can't use that threat though, because some people are weirdly into that. And it's scary. It's really scary.
Creepy.
Right? But advice, yes. Don't be afraid of it. Even if you feel like you aren't as polished as other people, because learning is constant. That's the word I'm looking for. And sometimes you can learn from your chat. Don't be afraid to accept that kind of help. Obviously, if they're being really stinky about it and just being like, ew, you should do it like this person. Ew, no, ban them. Rude. Find your groove. Don't be afraid of it. You just because you want to do art stream doesn't mean you always have to do art stream, because sometimes you're not feeling that, or maybe you're only feeling that, and that's completely valid too. Find your balance. Don't spread yourself too thin, because you will crumble, and no one wants that. I would love to see more of you on the scene. I would love to talk to you more. I want this to be positive. I want everyone to have a positive experience. So don't be afraid. Yes, it's scary, but hey, maybe one day we can talk and I'll be there to help you too.
I couldn't have said it better myself. Be afraid, don't be afraid to fail.
Yeah.
Failure is
Failure's just a stepping stone to success.
That's exactly what I was gonna say. I just got tongue-tied.
I got you, bro. I got you.
Thank you. So it's time it's time we did our last. How dare you?
Oh, ouchies.
It's time we did our last 10 questions of the show.
Okay.
Now, these 10 questions were created by writer, actor, director James Lipton that he would often ask his guests on his show inside the actor's studio. These questions have no right or wrong answer. They are just questions for us to see what your responses are. For those in chat that are still listening to our lovely voices, I encourage you to also answer, because I'd love to hear your responses. So without further ado, Mikey, are you ready?
So ready.
All right, our first question. What is your favorite word?
Bingus.
I love Bingus. I use Bingus all the time.
Bingus is so silly.
Like, one of my go-to usernames when I play video games is Dingus Bingus.
That's amazing.
And when I'm not using that, I'm of course using Crumbo, but that's an inside joke. That's been a years-long inside joke with me and my best friend, one of them.
Amazing.
What is your least favorite word?
Competition.
Competition. Why is that?
This is more like a me thing, but it's used in such a way in my college classroom that it has literally made college a soul-sucking experience. It's in a way that it's been weaponized in the kind of the art kind of environment I'm in constantly. And I don't like that. It should, yes, it's a competitive world, but it shouldn't be a constant competition where you feel threatened and anxious and you just don't want to do it anymore.
Yeah.
You don't want that.
Why can't we all just work together to make the world better? Because
Exactly.
not everything has to be a race.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes people just want to go on a light walk.
Yeah.
Moist. Moist sucks. Well, actually, I don't have a problem with the word moist.
It's the way people say it, not the word itself.
Really?
Don't you dare.
Well, no, I just definitely...
Don't you dare.
I'm not gonna say it. It's just
Good.
because when I say it, I just say moist. It's just like,
Yeah, but it's the way people do like the lean in like ASMR-esque kind of draw it out, and it's like, oh, it makes my skin crawl. Oh no.
I do. It's because because of you say it. There you go.
Yeah, like it's not the word itself; it's the way that people say it. You all know what you do. I see you.
They get too into it. Thank you, Outer Heaven. Also, love Outer Heaven. Love the name, by the way. Metal Gear Solid's my favorite series. I even have a cool Metal Gear Solid hoodie, if that's what you're referencing with your name. So
That's one of my silly college Hello.
Hell yeah. Metal Gear Solid is goated. That's all I gotta say. Your Metal Gear, see, they get it. Moist is kind of a fun word.
No, it's not.
What inspires you creatively, spiritually, or emotionally?
People. Everyone around me, constantly. I'm so impressed and just in awe of everyone, including you, by the way, Val. You're an amazing voice actor, and you're just such a genuinely positive and enforcing presence. I'm constantly impressed by people like you, just in general, people everywhere.
You're too kind.
I want to be like, I'm not. I'm constantly in awe of all these people who have been here longer than me and done do different things than me. Wow. Yeah.
Life has a funny way of pushing you to do things you never thought you do before, and V2B was one of them.
Mm-hmm.
So,
yep.
But I think that the same thing extends to the work you've done and the presence you've established. Because like I said earlier, the art you do is incredible, and I think you undersell yourself.
No, everyone's telling me that right now. I don't think so.
I think you're underselling yourself.
Ah.
That's all I'm gonna say. It just means a bigger tip at the very
Oh God.
at the very end of the commission.
Oh, scary.
So, what does not inspire you? What ruins your inspiration?
Weirdly, also people.
Really?
People can be my greatest inspiration, but they can also cause the most deepest of rage. People being unnecessarily cruel. I don't see, I'm very open about this. I don't see the need or the want or the reason to put others down for your entertainment. And just because you can. As just because I don't do things the way someone else would, again, back to the whole concept of why I have a 3D model, why I do art, blah, blah, blah. Why I'm me, essentially. I don't have to explain myself to people for me to be valid.
I'm Val.
You are Val. Yes, you are.
That's the second time I made that joke.
Oh, man.
That was my biggest thing when I was in Japan, I was like, man, the fact that people see that I'm in Japan and just doing that stuff, they're disappointed that I'm just there. I'm using that money. I'm going on, spending a month there doing all that. And then it hit me like a brick wall where I'm like, wait a minute. I'm 24 years old. I live on my own. I have my own job. All of my arrangements are all my responsibilities are taken care of in the meantime. Why do I need to worry what other people think? As long as I'm not doing anything to hurt or harm anyone else. Yeah. I just do my own thing.
I'm not living maliciously, so why are you taking it like I'm a threat? Is my view.
Yeah.
I'm not threatening anyone's peace and joy and whimsical energies at all by my existence, I hope. But it's the way other people, you went to Japan, which is so cool, by the way. I hope your trip was amazing.
Oh, it was awesome.
You went to Japan because you wanted to, not because other people were like, oh, you should do Japan. No.
Or it's
you went to Japan and you went on and traveled.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's At what point will you let other people's opinions hold you hostage?
Mm-hmm.
So, I think there was a quote from One Piece that I thought was interesting about this, like related to this, is like, viewing yourself through the eyes of others is not what friendship is about.
Yes, that's amazing. I love that.
So that's the One Piece dub, baby. Sorry, I gotta rep my the English voice actors.
Let's go.
Freaking One Piece dub is goated. So, what's your favorite curse word?
Ooh. Bitch.
That's a good one. It's underappreciated one.
I use it both as an insult and a term of endearment. I'm leading you into a false sense of security constantly.
Yeah. Like you could call somebody a stupid son of a, or you could say like, you beautiful.
Yeah.
You know. It's almost like an adverb.
Yeah.
Thank you, David. What sound or noise do you love?
Oh, what? Sorry?
What sound or noise do you love?
Rain.
Rain is a good one. Freaking love the rain.
I hear it constantly over here in Scotland, where it just rains like every day. It's wonderful.
I am
but
jealous.
Specifically at night when it's like kind of cold, because in the way my bedroom is set up, my bed is like right against my window, and so my head is like right by the glass. So it's cold. I'm all snuggled up, and I just hear rain sounds against my window, and I'm like, perfection. I can eat now.
It rains sometimes where I live, and so I wish it rained more. I love the rain. What sound or noise do you hate?
There's a lot. I guess I hate just kind of like, I hate people noise, especially just in large crowds. I'm very overwhelmed by loud noises, but I also just like, on a more deeper level, I hate the sound of crying.
Crying can be hard.
Not because I'm like a mean person. It's just if I hear someone cry, my immediate response is, "Oh no, what's happened? How can I help you?" It hits me right in my little heart.
A bit of an empath, I see.
A little bit.
A wee little bit.
A little bit.
A little bit.
Mm-hmm.
What profession other than your own would you like to attempt?
Ooh. Well, if I hadn't gone and changed my mind halfway through high school, I would have ended up doing psychology. So I would have liked to have continued to do psychology just because I find it genuinely fascinating.
My best friend is graduated in psychology. He's doing his master's right now.
Let's go.
So.
Best of luck to them.
He loves it.
Mm-hmm.
People crying sends me into a panic because I don't know how to deal with crying people. It's hard to deal with crying people.
Yeah.
So, fret not. I completely understand. What profession would you not like to do?
Law.
You don't
Any kind of law, really. I mean, I like the idea of being a lawyer, I guess. But also is that in the case that I would have to defend a genuinely shitty person, I couldn't do it.
Makes sense. But that's the thing. A lot of people who do that, being a Disney employee, oof. A lot of people who have to do that because they're public defenders, they typically don't really defend them. They just try and get them lower sentences.
Yeah.
So it's hard, but even criminals need fair representation.
This is true.
So we live in a well, sort of just world. Depends on where you are.
Depends on how you look at the world, really. All perspective these days.
Some people are, or areas are fair and more honest than others. So you can thank governments for that. Thumbs up, indeed. If heaven exists, what would you like to hear God say when you arrive at the pearly gates?
Oh. Okay. You did good and it wasn't your fault. Everything happened for a reason and you did good.
I think that kind of ties well from the beginning, talking about how sense of validation. Because I feel like everybody needs validation. Because nobody.
Sometimes you just need to hear it, and you don't know you need it until someone said it.
Yeah. Nobody should feel as though they don't exist.
Yeah.
Because if somebody makes you feel that way, that's kind of mean.
It's mean. No one should feel like in a group of friends they're still alone. That's what hurts me the most. Because honestly, I won't lie, I've had my moments where I've been there where I could be in a VC with friends or just out in a group, and it's like, I don't feel present. And I hate that feeling, and I hate knowing consciously that other people can feel that way. So if you ever feel that way, come to Mikey. I'll be here for you.
Yeah, go to Mikey's streams. Go do it. You don't get a choice. You don't get a choice. See, it's right there. Go follow. Go subscribe. I'll throw the VGen back up.
Oh no!
The VGen is back up.
Oh no!
Well, we are at the end of our show, so why don't we end this thing? It's time for me to ask my last, and in my opinion, second most important question, and that is, Mikey, who shall we raid that we haven't raided before? And before you do, put their name in the chats for all to see, that way I can see it and type it out.
Okay.
And while you do that, I will talk to the chat. So thank you guys so much for joining me on this really wonderful episode of the VOD. It's been so much fun. If you're not following me on if you're not following me on my socials, those are my socials. You can follow me there. I have a Twitter. It's Twitter at whatever. It's Valentine 0. If you're not a part of my Discord, join my Discord. Like, there's a lot of fun things we have going there. It's growing. We are over 300 people in this server. And we're having.
Oh my god, the person I was gonna suggest we raid just ended. What if I cry?
Oh, that's it. That's funny.
That's.
So, yeah, I'm holding those VTuber auditions tomorrow and Thursday, and I encourage all VTubers who want to do some voice acting, like to get some experience. I encourage you to audition. If you want to support me, I have a throne. But of course, nobody has to do that. Nobody's obligated to do that. And most importantly, support our guest. That's the best thing you could possibly do, is go follow our wonderful guest. So,
Thank you.
Without further ado, who is the person we are going to raid?
We're going to raid my darling sister, Zero's Ocean. They're hoping to hit 1K soon so they can drop their official new song, original song. Amazing. Very lovely. I put their name in your chat.
Zero's Ocean.
Mm-hmm.
So, and now I get to do this with my stream deck. Look at that!
Let's go!
That makes me so happy.
Magic buttons.
Magic buttons. So, the first message is for our wonderful subscribers, and the one below that's for our wonderful followers. So you can get access to those emotes if you subscribe. It supports me. Yeah. Is there anything else you'd like to say before we go?
Thank you so much for having me. Bye-bye.
I was about to say bye in a moment. More like just anything, like any last minute thoughts or things you want to advertise.
Play Splatoon 3. It's a fun, silly game.
Heck yeah, Splatoon.
Yeah.
I
love Splatoon.
Never played it. But
Would you like to? I can teach you the ways.
I don't have the money for Splatoon. Maybe in the future. But I'll happily take you up on that offer. So,
let's go.
Without further ado, it's been a fun time. My name is Val, this is Mykienear, and this has been the VOD. Thank you guys so much for watching. Consider following me on YouTube, on Twitter, the Bird app, socials,
Bird app.
And don't forget to support our wonderful guest. No streams for the rest of this week, but we will be back next week on Monday with another episode of the VOD. So, anywho, again, my name is Val, this is Mykienear, and this has been the VOD. See you guys next Monday, and see you tomorrow in my server if you're auditioning. Bye-bye. Now you can say goodbye.
Okay.
Okay, bye-bye.
Bye.